Hello my friends, welcome to Pro Strings. I'm Henriette and today we're learning the dominant 7th in the key of F, which is set for grade 6. So come and join me. I'm helping you to practice this because many of my own violin students find this really tricky, and that's why I've made this video. I'm hoping that you can practice it with me and feel more confident at the end of it. So I'll give you a moment to get your violin and to tune up, and I'll see you very shortly. So when we play the dominant 7th in the key of F, we're starting on the dominant. Now the dominant in the key of F, the 5th note of the key of F, is F, G, A, B, C. We're starting it on a C, and this is how you can work it out, because in your exam, your examiner won't tell you your starting note. You will need to work that out for yourself. You'll just get asked to play in the key of F. So this starts on a C, and I'm playing this whole dominant 7th in the 2nd position. I'm hoping that by the time you're grade 6 you're well confident in the 2nd position. So let's find that C in the 2nd position. Play it along with me. We're playing it very slowly and then we'll talk about it and we'll try and practice it in different ways. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have told you that at the end we're shifting back to the 1st position and the last 2 notes are actually in the 1st position, but hopefully that was straightforward for you. Okay, now dominant 7ths, what they're actually testing you on is whether you can place your finger higher on one string and then lower on the next string. So if you look at bar 1 for me, the 2nd note, the E, you will play with your 4th finger because we're starting in the 2nd position. So you play this, that's a big reach, and then you play 2, and B flat is not as far away with your pinky to do. So that is what you need to make clear in your exam when you play this dominant 7th, is that you are confident placing that 4th finger higher on the G string than you place it on the D string, because it's E on the D string and B flat on the A string. Now, if you look at bar 2, this is about the 3rd fingers. The 3rd finger here is an E, and there it is a B flat. So the issue is, can you place your 3rd finger higher on the A string than you place it on the E string? So let's play this now and be very aware of what happens to the 4th fingers on the G and D strings and the 3rd fingers on the A and E strings. Find your 2nd position and I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I stayed in the 2nd position all the time. So go back to the 1st position at the end of it. Okay, now you may have noticed that when you play here at the top, slap your 4th finger down really hard so that you articulate it very clearly. Let's play 1, 3, 4. Those are the top 3 notes. So G, and now just repeat 3, 4, 3, 4 a couple of times. You will have noticed that my elbows now come under the violin a little bit to support that 4th finger, because if my elbow is there, your fourth finger nearly falls off the string here. So push your elbow round under the violin so that you can reach that fourth finger much more comfortably. Let's do that again from the first finger on E, the top 3 notes, and let's do it again, just the 3 notes up and down. Okay, now that will make you feel much more comfortable, I hope, much more confident also when you get there, which is not the most common place for some people to play in the second position, that you feel comfortable playing that. Let's play it once through again from the beginning. And we were talking about the elbow earlier. When you're playing in the second position on the G string, of course, make sure that your elbow is nicely under the violin, but also that your wrist is straight so that you don't play it like this. I'm hoping that by the time you're grade 6 you have unlearned to do that, but if you haven't, then push your wrist out like that. Yeah, it will make your fingers closer to the strings. Look what happens if I do this, my fingers are away from the strings, and if I bring my wrist out, then my fingers are closer to the strings. Okay, so that is the whole point of it, of pushing that wrist out, that it brings your fingers closer to the strings. My elbow is under the violin when I start, and as I go up, my elbow relaxes a little bit, but then before that last note it comes back under again. So when you go down, you start at the top of this dominant 7th with your elbow under, then it relaxes when you play on the A string, and then as you go back to the G string, your elbow comes back under again. So let's have a think about what happens to your elbow as we play it from the beginning. Find your C again. So now our elbow is under, and make sure you relax it by the time you go to the A string. 3, 4. And now bring your elbow under again. Lovely, well done. So now what is left to do is to play this slurred. So we're slurring at 4 notes to a bow. So let's find our C. And we'll go a little bit faster now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do that again. Find your C. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will probably have noticed that I play barely any vibrato at all, because the point of playing scales in dominant 7ths is that you play them in tune and you have a very accurate pitching of your notes. So if you're going to obscure that by playing vibrato, you miss the point a little bit. So if you have been playing this with vibrato all along, see if you can switch it off and listen again then. We're going to play it one more time. By this time you will have played it about, I don't know, 10 or 12 times over or so. So well done for sticking with me for that long. And this time when we're playing it slurred, we're going to play towards the top note. I'm a great believer in that scales and arpeggios and so on all need to be performed as if it were a violin concerto. So we're doing that by playing crescendo to the top note, and then once we've reached the top and we'll play the second half of this, we will play forte still. So play as loud as you can, but with a crescendo to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope to be seeing you again soon. Check out our other videos as well, and if you want to, please subscribe to the channel so we can update you whenever a new video is released. So feel free also, of course, as always, to share it with all your friends.